like I just said,
Okay.
I go to Cincinnati. I'm pursuing a construction management degree, which is a 5-year program down there, and I'm going to graduate in 2020. So some prior experience, I did a bunch of punch list at Dayton Children's with Chad Petrucci a lot, having to do a lot with fire caulk, smoke caulk, and I did a little bit of surveying. I was just holding the rod for Chad most of the time out there. So then started with Doug, this picture in VHS with me and the prior co-op, Blake Brower. So he trained me for the first week before he left. In VHS, we did a lot of anchor bolt data collection, checking the location on those. We did some monitoring shots on the steel back here, where we would shoot elevations to make sure that they weren't sinking to the ground. We've been doing that up till about a week ago. We were still doing it, so about weekly or every couple of weeks we would go out and shoot those elevations.
Okay.
And then recently we've been given a lot of control out there for NVHS.
Okay.
Then I've been up to Columbus, the Madden job,
Okay.
only about 3 or 4 times. We started out there. The first job we just did a bunch of data collection. And a bunch of topography, not too much, but then recently we've been giving them control grid so that they can lay out their anchor bolts because they're starting to do footings and anchor bolts out there. Middletown I've only been to about 2 or 3 times, but we did a lot of anchor bolt data collection again to help out the superintendent, see if their bolts are all in the right positions, and then we spent a day out there doing topography because they needed to move a pile of dirt. So that took about a day just to shoot topography shots, elevations. Spring Valley Academy, that job started up during my co-op term, so we've been out there maybe 5 or 6 times just helping Josh, the foreman out there. We've been just shooting data collecting anchor bolts. We shot a bunch of spots around the building to see where it is to give us a control, and then we gave him control around the whole building there. So I've been there a few times. Also recently we've been to UD a lot. We had to shoot a bunch of elevations in the clubhouse and around the inside of the building, which was pretty cool. Got to see a bunch of the stadium, and then we've been working outside, giving a bunch of control for Brian up there so that they can shoot their anchor bolts, and we also lay out a bunch of piers for them so they can drill piers around the buildings while they're doing that. Care Source, been up there a few times up in Dayton. We pretty much just shot a bunch of anchor bolts again. We gave a bunch of control. A lot of control was already there when I was there. We shot control up to the 3rd and 2nd levels, and then on one of the levels we had to lay out this big radius. So when Philip came along, we started working on that. Here's a picture from 2 weeks ago when Philip and I were working together. Been helping him while I'm still here, so when I'm gone next week, he should be pretty good and well off, know what he's doing. Then I had 2 training classes I was helping instruct. One training class was here in the Miamisburg office. I made this little drawing here in coordinates that they could all lay out. There's 4 teams, and they laid this out and stringed it, and it's just 1960 when Dana started. And then here's an example of a grid that we had them lay out. So I would help teach the class. I helped the foremans and supers and PEs, whoever was there. We worked on the total stations. They had a bunch of questions. Most of them haven't seen anything like this, so I went around, answered their questions, was able to help them. Then about 3 weeks ago, we drove down to Jacksonville, Florida. This is a few co-ops and a bunch of PMs and PEs down in Jacksonville office. So here's me just showing them how to run the total station, set that up. A lot of them haven't done any surveying. They don't do a lot of self-performing like we do up here, so they're pretty new to it, but they all seemed eager to learn, and they're really grateful. We went down. It was fun just being able to show them, work through that class, did a little bit instructing, so that was a cool experience. So that was pretty much all I did this semester, so overall it's been pretty good. Learned a lot.
Good. Who set that up down in Florida, Doug? Was that you or